Hey family. Hi family. This is Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation Show. Boom, boom, boom. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation Show. And the B-More's Real Team Talk Show. 7 days a week, family. From 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's about keeping life real. Remember that. Keeping life real. If you understand, everybody not into Bible, so I get all that. If you understand to thy own self be true, and this is what you try to practice each and every day in your life. To thy own self be true. And what I began to realize when I was, over 33 years ago, I'm going to put it like that. I was a lying, manipulating, no good person. And you could not tell me that wasn't a good way to live. Being a con artist, playing people, deceiving people. Now, I try not to practice those behaviors today. I'm not perfect, but I can tell you this, and I say it all the time. A lot of stuff I used to do, I just don't do no more. And most of all, I want to keep this in mind. I don't like prison. I went over to prison when I was 61, and I was over there for 11 months. I do not know how in the world people can go to prison, come home, do something to go back, then turn around, come home, and do something to go back. That thing messed me up. Them 11 months I was over there, it took me, when I came home, about 2 weeks to realize I was actually home, mentally. It took me about 2 weeks. I don't know how some people can do it who've been in there for maybe 5, 10, 20, 30 years and then come home and just act like everything is normal. It took me a while, but I don't question that with anybody else because I had to focus on my life, right? And I didn't do nothing to actually get myself there. I didn't do nothing to actually get myself there. So check this out. The topic, every storm that happens in your life, and I can tell you this on a personal note, I took it in a negative way, but every storm that happens in your life is God's way of growing you spiritually, mentally, emotionally, because everything I basically experience in life, and not 99, I'm gonna say 95% of the time, when you talking to Steve Copeland, I'm being honest about life. Because it's some things that you just don't want to talk about, expose, right? But then there are those things that I say I don't want to expose, I'll end up exposing. Because I'm in the inside. And the goal is to, no matter what, my past is my past. Can't no therapist, can't no psychiatrist change that. I'm the one that have to learn to live in peace today. But now, every storm comes in your life is not to punish you. It's a growing lesson. But now, before I came on here, I was thinking about something my pastor said. Trials and tribulations, they come to make us strong. Trials and tribulations come to make us strong. And he said this, go through it, gracefully. And I said, you make me sick because I'm a complainer. I'm talking about with me. But when he said, go through it gracefully, it caught my attention that whenever God is allowing you to experience certain things in your life spiritually, it's another journey he's taking you to. Now, some of y'all can relate, and some of y'all might be like, no, I'm telling you personally for me. Anytime certain things happen in my life, and all of a sudden, it's like a whole boom. I'm like, oh my God. He wanted you to get what you need to get from there, because his goal is to take you to another level. So now, because I'm beginning to understand stuff like that more, I try not to complain. And if you think I'm lying, check this out. I have a housing program. I had one. Something happened where I had to leave that. I left the one and I opened up two housing programs. Something happened there where I spent 11 months over the jail, so I wasn't able to maintain stuff. From there, I went into a 13 apartment building complex. Look at what I'm saying. Tell me that's wrong. It's like each time I went through something, God made it better. God made it better. And last year, that shut down. Dealing with people. I seen it come to a halt. Boom! I'm like, oh, God. But we was going through something. We was arguing. We was fussing. You know, black people. And it just was getting out of hand. And I'm trying to keep the order, but it was just too much. And God shut it down. So I had to replace the people in the house and everything. So guess what? I said this time, I don't have a problem leasing something. Don't get it wrong, because I'm not rich and all that, to go buy a building and put people in it. And I know the type of building. I know what I want equipped in that building. I just don't want any building, because we have programs and stuff. So I want to be able to work everything up out of that building that's on my heart and in my mind. Please pay attention. I wanted to be equipped now. And this building that I was at, it was that. Because I connect with licensed professionals on top of that, right? So they got to have their own thing. But say, like, if I need you to come to the building and hold classes and stuff like that, law seminars and whatever, you know, for the clients as a group, see, I have space for that. If I need you to teach them or train them, you know, apprenticeship programs. I had this area for a barber. I had an area for a cosmetologist. Then the kitchen, culinary. I'm telling you. So that's where my mind is at. You get me? So now, I started understanding. Now that's gone for now. I did get a phone call on it again, but somebody told me leave it alone. I said, what you think about that? They said, nah, leave it alone. So I'm trying to listen to other people so I won't keep running into the same hole. You get it? Just take your suggestions, because I mean, they was with me throughout all of this. So some people could see things better than you. That's why I normally put people around me that I can kind of trust. What you think, how you feel, your opinion with me, right? Do you think this is best? Because you working with me. So whatever that goes on, you got to put up with it just like I do. Mainly if you're a board member. You get it? So I took heed. Now, keep in mind, I'm talking about every storm that come in your life. Every storm that come in your life, because we got to flip it. When we're going through it now, It's like, to us, it's like we being punished about something. What did I do? Why this? Why that? You know, because we going to question it. That's typical. You might not get an answer. Then pay close attention as people talk. Because when you asking God a question, he might not answer you right then and there. But then somebody else, he'll speak through them as far as talking to you. I've learned all of that. That's why I pay close attention to what people are saying. Because that's how he works with us from time to time. When it comes to prayer and meditation, sometimes we might not sit still long enough in prayer to receive that answer. Come on, be real with yourself. You could sit there for hours in a state and don't receive the answer. But then you listen as people speak or certain things happen, and there go your answer. Sometimes it comes through others. And I realized that throughout my 33 years of being in recovery and walking on this spiritual journey. Can't nobody tell me any different. Don't do it. Don't even try to do it, because you might not see what I see. Because if it's not working for you, if those things that I'm saying out my mouth, you have experienced personally for yourself, you be like, yup, I remember. But if you haven't experienced it, then you be like, nah, that's not real, that's not that. You're going to deny it. How can you deny somebody else's experience? Because it's not yours. And you trying to carry it to realize it's not yours. Give it back. That's his stuff. That's her stuff. Give it back. If that's how God worked with them, that's how he worked with them. But that's not how he worked with me on certain issues. That's why I don't claim other people's stuff. If somebody say they see spirits, they see ghosts, they see angels, they see demons, if they say that, and I know some people have gifts to recognize certain things, I'm not going to sit back and say they lying. And I deal with people with serious mental issues. So a lot of them will come at you like that, but that don't mean they're not saying what they're saying. It's to help them understand it's okay. What did y'all talk about? I'm going to tell you, these are the type of conversations I had with my clients. Even though you might feel crazy, I don't want you to feel crazy. Because everything that happens to you is not to make you crazy. But now, well, mentally, if you sitting up here talking to other people and once again, they don't see what you see, you will critique them. You need to stop that. It's not something that you ask for. You get it? If it's something coming here, it's normally spiritual. So it will make you feel like, you hallucinating or all that other stuff, it will. But when I talk with people, I have to listen, because no matter where they at here, it's to help them get a grip when they're thinking. Learn to control it. Because your mind is racing. Ask anybody that's going through certain things. It's like their mind going, the goal is you got to slow it down. That's where a lot of us come in at with meditation. We'll take a walk. We'll do certain other things like exercise, because you got to calm the mind down. Y'all don't feed people that type of stuff. I do. And be honest with you, I was once there with my mind racing and speeding. I had to learn to gain control over my mind. That's why I don't do a lot of stuff like I used to. I don't tell everybody that. But if you listen, he's coming from a level of personal experience. I know how it is to act out on obsessive and compulsive behaviors. One is too many and 1,000 is never enough. I lived it. I ain't got to do the research on it. I ain't got to talk to Dr. E.B. I ain't got to talk to Dr. Fubu. I ain't got to talk to Dr. Chang Chang. Because I experienced it for myself. And that's how I help others. Love y'all. Take care.